In posts from 6 to 3 years ago, Harper voiced disdain for states that didn't allow open gun laws or the private public. The private public. What the hell? What is the private public? How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of the James Skrmetta Experience. I am your host, James Skrmetta, delivering you a week of news. Let's get into it. Because it is now the Halloween season and because black buns matter, Burger King has unveiled a new Whopper, a Halloween Whopper with black stained buns. Black buns. Well, at least now the Kardashian sisters have a reason to eat hamburgers. Customers are not happy about one side effect from eating the A1 flavored buns. Consumers are reporting the buns are causing their poo to turn a very, very distinct color of green, a color that the Burger King franchise is not very familiar with. Thanks a lot, Burger King. It wasn't enough for people to be Instagramming their dinners. Now they Instagram their dinners the day after. Reports out of the Vatican this week claim that priests that say they're gay are now being sent to an Italian monastery to be cured of inappropriate sexual tendencies. Mario Bonfant, a former priest who came out in 2012, said the Vatican tried to send him to the monastery to be cured, but he refused. This whole thing sounds kind of awful to me. I don't know about you, but to me, sending a bunch of these priests who have claimed to be homosexual off to some Italian monastery to be covered in salt and submerged into an icy bath for days sounds a little outdated. According to the Washington Post, an Arlington man is behind bars after allegedly exposing himself to an employee while trying on women's underwear at a mall. Alan Jones of Longfellow Street allegedly exposed himself in a dressing room to an employee at a JCPenney's in the Springfield Mall. This guy has absolutely no self-awareness. If he did, he would have tried this whole stunt at a Dick's Sporting Goods store. And excuse me if I'm wrong, but is it even possible to try on women's underwear without exposing yourself? And if it is, I've been going about this all wrong. Investigations into the Oregon Community College shooting reveal that the shooter's mother, Laurel Harper, was very active on a messaging board on YahooAnswers.com. Harper wrote lengthy posts about her pro-gun ideals and her son's autism. In posts from 6 to 3 years ago, Harper voiced concern about states that wouldn't allow the public to hold guns or to have loaded magazines on them at all times. In total, the account had over 200,000 posts and answered more than 34,000 questions on the message board. What concerns investigators isn't so much the pro-gun ideals or even her son's mental disorders, it's the fact that her go-to search engine was the Yahoo Answers message board. A 40-year-old British man who was born without a penis will finally get one after undergoing a series of surgeries using muscle and skin from his arm and hand to give him a new one. Congratulations, my man. Never mind. Andrew Wardle said not having a penis for his entire life has been a struggle, but he's excited for his new chapter. I'm ecstatic for this guy. I'm just worried he won't be able to sell that lifted F-450 pickup truck and all those pairs of white sunglasses that he had when he didn't have a penis. In some Florida news, Florida of all places has actually come to a very sensible decision. Ocala city officials have voted to remove the Confederate flag from their town display. And not only did they vote to remove it, they voted unanimously to remove it. Starting next month, the third national flag of the Confederacy will be removed from the Ocala courthouse. And that's it. That's the whole story. Congratulations, Florida. Hey, remember that story about Florida replacing the third national flag of the Confederacy? Remember how they unanimously voted to replace the flag at their Ocala courthouse? Well, they did. They voted to replace the third national flag of the Confederacy with the first national flag of the Confederacy. So in recap, even when Florida does right, it still does wrong. Australian scientists have made a major breakthrough for people suffering from kidney diseases. They've actually begun to create mini kidneys in little petri dishes in laboratories. Countries from all over the world are fighting for rights to build huge kidney banks to house the organs and to help those suffering in the country. The only country not to throw their name in the hat, England. When asked why, England officials said they just weren't interested. Why build a kidney bank when you already have a liver pool? Last week we talked about a menu from the Titanic that was auctioned off for $80,000. Well, now there's a new item from the shipwreck up for sale. This cracker right here is being sold for $18,000 at the October 24th Rare Titanic Memorabilia Auction. The cracker was rescued by James Fenwick, a passenger of one of the rescue boats that went to the Titanic's aid. I know it's a little too late, but I think we need to talk about how bad of an employee James Fenwick is, that he went to a shipwreck where 1,500 out of 2,200 people died, and he came back with a cracker. Look, I'm all for selling the cracker, okay? I just want everything to stay within the boundaries. I overheard some Melba toast talking about how this is only really 1/3 of a cracker anyways. An 18-wheeler was seized in Nova Scotia last week when a routine traffic stop unveiled 300 kilograms of weed, 20,000 LSD tablets, 2 kilograms of mushrooms, and a small amount of cocaine. The lone driver was arrested by Mounties near Halifax, and investigation now continues into why there were so many drugs on the 18-wheeler. Silver lining to the story, now we know Lindsay Lohan isn't dead, but what the hell was she doing in Nova Scotia?